Yo, crypto nation and mining family. Crypto nation and mining family. What's going on? And of course, like always, it's not financial advice. Yo, crypto nation and mining family. What's going on out there? So, like I did in the last video, we're doing some speculative mining tests out there, guys. So without any further ado, let's dig in. So, boom. So this is what to mine. I'll leave some links in down below. This is one of many calculators that you can use to. It's not going to tell you exactly what your payout should be or whatnot, but it's a good judgment, an overall judgment. So basically, with all of these altcoins struggling to keep their value in comparison to that busy Bitcoin, guys, sometimes you've got to sit there and figure out new ways on getting more Satoshis, guys, because, above all, it's all about stacking them stats, guys. So what you end up doing here is up at the top here, you'll notice that it has different graphics cards. You can plug in the amount of cards you're testing with or you're using and put in your cost per kilowatt hour. If you ever have any issues trying to figure that out, put some comments in down below, guys. I'll certainly answer them. Or at least help you get the information, that is for sure. So you can sit there and go ahead, and once you figure out your cards, you can sit there and make sure you're got everything clicked here, unless you're wanting to just eliminate it, like for the kookaroo cycle. I can't use that on here. Well, it doesn't show any, it doesn't have any information on it, so whatever. And you can sit there and hit calculate. Now these are RX 580s. Now it doesn't tell me which ones, so that's why I don't know how accurate, 100% accurate this information really is. So, but overall, this is what they're recommending for most of the RX lineup, guys. So it's saying that Ethereum NiceHash is doing very well for this card. Then it's Ethereum Classic, some of that Ethereum, and then Ether 1, Conceal, and then some of that Beam. And if you guys haven't noticed, that Beam for mining be pumping hard, guys. Not so much for AMD because of the fact that it's a little bit more CPU dominant. But that also goes along with what I am also testing on, which was one of the first things that I wanted to test on with my RX 580s this round, was a coin that whenever I had plugged in my 1070 Ti's, I was like, what's pumping lately? So I put that in. Let's go ahead and click it like that, and I'll go ahead and refresh this stuff live to you guys. So if you see here, Beam be pumping hard, guys. Wow. So Beam be pumping really hard. That's cool. That just started happening as of today, so don't know how long that's gonna last. But the other day, whenever I was checking it out, this RYO coin was actually towards the top. So I was like, you know what? I'll give it a try. Let's check out what this stuff has to have, what it's all about. So that's pretty much where I started off a couple days ago. So I downloaded the wallet, and unfortunately it's not a Core QT wallet, so it gets a thumbs down on that one. Not a Core QT wallet, guys. Does not get that checkbox checked off. So this just got put into that speculative shit mine for some of that busy Bitcoin. So, like I said, I was doing testing. Now, there was a couple of things that I did like that I could test out on. One, it gives me a way to be able to test out how an AMD rig and a NVIDIA rig will do on RYO coin, because it is on that Kryptonite GPU algorithm. But Kryptonite GPU is more core intensive than regular Kryptonite normally had been in the past. So this is just like a little bit of a different iteration of how they're going to be hitting it up. So I tested out the other day, 24 hours with the AMD rig. What did it get me? Got me one full payout. And what's their minimum payout, guys, you might wonder? So their minimum payout is 50. 50 RYO is a minimum payout. So yesterday I got it was like what got deposited in my wallet the other day was about 53 RYO, and I'm almost at that 24-hour marker right now, and I am about to do 2 payouts for today. So all I need to do really is, I think, just hit one or two, get the hit. If we can hit 1 or 2 more blocks, actually, let me see here. Nope, I've got it right here. So I've got 18 unmature that are sitting right here, and once these ones get matured, once the block clears, I'll have enough for a full payout. So boom, there we go. NVIDIA got 2 payouts. So the NVIDIA 8-card 1070 Ti rig will fence 100 RYO coin a day, where an RX 580 rig will net you about 53 RYO a day. So there is a huge difference. Now, the hash rate difference was actually kind of interesting on that. So looking onto my rig here, so if we were looking at the AMD rig, so this upper line here are the GPUs on this, and then this one down here is my CPU. Boom. So the AMDs were getting 777 hash, where these ones are getting 1.1, give or take. They're kind of a little all over the spectrum a little bit, but you're over 1 kilohash per card. And then, now this one's kind of funny. I thought this was, as a little side note, my AMD rig is a pure AMD. So AMD motherboard, AMD CPU, AMD graphics cards. But the CPU and the motherboard are like 13 years old. So, with that being said, I had that thing mining on here too, dude. Believe it or not, that 13-year-old CPU was mining. And it kept at the same temperature as this G3930. So I've got, in my 13-year-old PC, I've got a 4-core Phenom 2 Pentium 4-core it's the AMD Phenom 4 4-core processor versus a Celeron G3930. So the AMD CPU got 2.2 hash, where this one is getting 4.1. So you're talking about a 50% bump over 13 years. I'd consider that AMD CPU was actually kind of baller. So, as you see, my rig's staying nice and cool. Fans are, I always leave my my NVIDIA fans at about that 75% range. I'm pulling them all down to 100 watts. So that's the other thing that's different between my AMD rig versus my NVIDIA rig. So my AMD rig was running 120 watts to have 6.2 kilohash versus this one at 9.3 kilohash, running a significantly less wattage, guys. So there are algorithms that are better suited for NVIDIA versus AMD, guys. So this is a straight up head-to-head comparison that if you had an AMD rig, I would definitely point it elsewhere, not on RYO coin, due to the fact that RYO coin is going to cause those cards of yours to want to pull a little more wattage to get the performance that you're looking for out of it. So that's just my 2 satoshis on the whole deal. But I mean, the pricing action on there, it's actually been holding while the market's been kind of crashing around it. It's been holding at that 3-cent ratio, whatever. One of the things that I didn't like about this was, it's like you can go into here and, like on Coin Checkup. I'll leave a link in down below if you guys ever want to pop up on there and take a look at your favorite crypto, or you can sign up for that yiggityyen.io. And you can take a look at all the charts you want to look at right up on there while chit-chatting with a bunch of other crypto people like myself. Yo! Sorry, had to chill it for a second. So, but you can come up over here and you see that there is a white paper. Now, whenever you click on the white paper, it brings you right to here, guys. It brings you to GitHub. And it's not even a white paper. So here's another checkbox that doesn't get checked off and just turns it more into a shit coin. So they basically, for their white paper, bring you to what Kryptonite GPU is all about and how it's FPGA resistant and its weakness. And it's like they got a little bit of code, a little bit of gobbledygook in here, but it's not a white paper, guys. I'm sorry, it's not a white paper. And if any of these developers are here, this is not a white paper. Not in any way, shape, or form. This is not a white paper. Yes, I see what you're doing here. You're trying to show that you're doing your code implementation a little bit differently, and then you're explaining your rationale behind it. Some of the stuff I kind of get. Rest of it, it's like gobbledygook. I don't get it. Cool. You're not gonna let FPGAs on there like the Monero main project is going to be letting it on there with the RandomX protocol. Cool. I commend you for it. So you got the GPU miners in mind, especially if you've got NVIDIA. So that's one thing that I don't like. I like that they're showing this, but at the same time, it's not a white paper. But one thing I did like, guys, and it's something that I'm going to be testing out tomorrow, guys. Yeah, I'm going to test something new out tomorrow. I'm going to see if those NVIDIAs can solo mine on that RYO. So, boom, check this out, guys. And if you're ever, if there's any developers out there, please, for the love of God, this is dark mode. So much easier to look at. White on top of white. It like hurts your eyes, it strains them, and yeah, this is so much cleaner to look at a screen like this. Oh, but guys, solo mining with RYO wallet Atom is an easy process. Dude, I like easy processes. I mean, you wanna know what an easy process is? Smashing that Lizzie like button. That's an easy process. Yo! Had to throw that in there, sorry guys. But there is a way to unlock it and be able to mine a farm to this wallet, guys. So you can sit there, and if you understand how to port forward on your network and all that good stuff, and you've got a dedicated PC that you can run a wallet on and leave it on at all times while you're mining. Let that sink in, guys. You're going to be dedicating a computer to be on 100% of the time, running a wallet so that you can mine to it. And then you've got to set your network up to be able to allow, and like if you've got remote rigs, to be able to mine into your new wallet. Not something that the novice is going to be able to tackle. Not something that I would recommend the novice to just go ahead and tackle. But considering that I am not a novice and I understand a little bit about what I'm doing here, at least I think so after, you know, almost 2 years of mining. But I'm going to sit there and I'm going to set up this pool on here and see if I could even find a block in 24 hours. Hell, I might even sit there and figure out how long it would take before I'd even find a block, to figure out if wasting the electricity would even be worth it. Because you got to remember, above all, it has to be profitable to do such an adventure. So if you're sitting there and spending $5 worth of electric a day, you need to minimally find $5 worth of crypto a day to offset that minimum. Anything above that, you start to reach into profit territory. But with the alts seeing such a separation in comparative to Bitcoin, profitability has been down, even on Satoshi wise. So guys, while you're out there mining away, definitely stay frosty. Try to figure out the best course of action for yourself. I know that my man RYO, I've been giving him a hard time since I came across this coin, because it's his YouTube. I mean his Discord name in my Discord is RYO. So kind of a little funny side note, right? It's like your coin doesn't have a white paper. Why not? But jokes aside, of course, looks like tomorrow I'm going to be trying to set up solo mining. It doesn't look like it should be too hard for me. I've already got one pool running on my PC. And I guess what's the second one? Let's try to stress test my PC now, right? So definitely stay tuned with that, guys. If you guys got any questions, comments, or anything like that, certainly drop your comments in down below. And while you're down there, guys, smash that Lizzie like button, subscribe if you haven't, share these videos with other people, hit the bell notification, and if you already have, double check to see if for whatever reason the bell didn't get reset on you. Want to make sure all these videos get out to you guys all the time. And with that, guys, like always, I'll see your smiling faces on the next one. Peace.